Hey everyone, this is a review of Ryobi's P251 brushless hammer drill in a 1 battery kit with a 4 amp hour battery. It's P1813. So we're going to take a look at the features this drill has and what it can handle. Alright, so here's the drill up close. It's got 3 different modes like most hammer drills. It's got a drilling mode where it's just like a regular drill. It's got a screw driving mode where it uses this 25 position clutch to max out the torque if you're driving screws and you don't want to overdrive them. Then it's got a hammer mode, which is drilling and an axial pulse this way for when you're going into masonry or stone or concrete. The drill has 2 speeds, which you select with a switch up top, 1 and 2, which correspond to 410 RPM and 1800 RPM. 2 is going to be your high speed, low torque. 1 is your low speed, high torque. This drill has a brushless motor in it. It's one of the first power tools that Ryobi came out with brushless motors. And it's just going to be more efficient and give you a little bit more power than other brushed motor drills. So that means you're going to get longer runtime per battery. Torque on this drill is 750 inch-pounds, which is pretty decent, but it's not up in the industry leading class, and it's not super compact for that amount of torque. This drill on the left here came out around the same time, and it's got 1200 inch-pounds of torque, and you can see it's actually a little bit smaller than the Ryobi is. And that 750 inch-pounds of torque is going to be able to do quite a bit, actually. I used a 2 9/16 inch self-feed bit with this drill in low speed, high torque, and it was able to go through 2x material without stalling out on me. That was with both a 4 amp hour battery and a 6 amp hour battery, which is the higher output. Now this drill does have an extra set of contacts right here at the base of the battery connection, which the high performance Ryobi batteries have that the old 4 amp hours do not. So you will be able to get a little bit more power out of those batteries when you're using them with this drill. For example, running a 1-inch self-feed spade bit, I had it stalling out on me using the 4 amp hour battery. That was in high speed. But in high speed with a 6 amp hour battery, I was able to push through. I'm putting this in screw driving mode. The clutch is okay at resolution. It's not really that great though, because at 7, I was driving a 3-inch screw all the way into pine without it stopping until it was all the way flush. So that doesn't give you much lower range for small fasteners. So this isn't a good drill at all for small fasteners. If you're driving, you know, little 3/4 inch number 6 wood screws, it's pretty much going to overdrive them unless you're in 1 or 2. So you don't get a lot of variability with this, which a lot of other drills I've used that are a little bit higher price point have a lot more finesse down in the lower ranges. This one seems stacked all on the higher side, where you don't actually need that much resolution for torque. So pretty much anything up above, you know, the 12 and up range is going to be very high torque situations where you're not looking for that much finesse anyway. As far as hammer drilling goes, this thing does okay. It's not the fastest, but it's able to do up to 5/8 inch masonry bits. That's what I tested this with. It might do a little bit bigger, but that's the biggest bit I had on hand. It did take quite a bit longer than other hammer drills I have to get through a 4-inch concrete block. It took this one 48 seconds. The others were down around the 30-second range. For smaller bits, like the 1/4 inch masonry bit, it has no problems at all. It sinks it right into the material. The one thing I'm really not a fan of on this drill is the auxiliary handle for high torque situations. It's got a bolt here that goes into the plastic portion of the drill. Then you got to put this little spacer on, and then you got to screw in this handle, and you've got to screw it all the way on. It's got a little metal nut insert in there to hold it on. That's how you assemble it. So you've got 3 pieces. You could potentially lose one of them. Also, your hands are really close to each other. Most big drills have them up top here, and your hands are farther apart, which gives you more leverage. And it just doesn't feel the sturdiest. You can see it flexes because it's sitting in plastic right here. The chuck on this drill is decent. It's not as smooth as some of the other ones I've used. It gets a little grindy feeling when you tighten it down, but I haven't had it let go of any bits, including that big 5/8 inch masonry bit. Other features this drill has, it's got a pretty much standard forward and reverse switch right here and a middle locking position. The trigger is variable speed. It has a good range on it. You can go slow or you can go fast. It's not all or nothing. It's got a good ramp up rate when you're slowly squeezing that trigger. The front does have an LED light that is down at the bottom and shines up, which is good because it gives you more of an area of illumination than if it was right down here, because then you get a big shadow up top. Down at the bottom, you got a magnetic spot for holding bits and screws. It works pretty well. I haven't had anything vibrate off on me, but they tend not to sit in the center. They tend to, well, of course, the one time I do that, they tend to try to hang out there like that. So bigger bits like this one, maybe not the greatest, but little tiny screws work great on this. It does have a spot to hold one bit up front. It is spring-loaded, just pops right in. On the side, you've got a belt hook. It hangs pretty well about the center of gravity along the line of the handle if you put this on your belt or tool belt. The tool is pretty well balanced with a 4 amp hour battery. It's not quite about this point. You've got a little bit more weight up front. With a 6 amp hour battery, it's pretty much balanced right about this point. That's a pretty good spot for it to be. And the grip is pretty comfortable. It's nice and ergonomic, and it fits in your hand pretty well. You don't have to have huge hands to feel comfortable holding this drill. Price point for this kit is $150. That includes the carrying bag, the drill, a 4 amp hour battery, and the P117 green charger. I don't believe they actually carry this as a bare tool by itself, but as a one battery kit, that's an okay deal. What makes it an awesome deal though is once or twice a year, Ryobi usually has a buy this kit and get a free tool up to $100 or $120 depending on the deal, free. When you buy this, and that makes it an excellent deal if you're looking at getting a drill and another tool. So hopefully this review was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below, and once again, don't forget to subscribe.